Candidates multiple stops in our state showing just how intense the battle is for those 16 electoral votes in Georgia. Christy Diaz joining us live in the newsroom with a breakdown of it all.
That's right, Sheba. I mean, let's look at this consolidated. Democratic candidate Joe Biden has been here once. The same goes for Vice President Mike Pence. Senator Kamala Harris has been here twice. And then President Trump has made 4 trips to Georgia. And here's why. It is all about the math. So check out this map. Georgia plus these other 8 toss-up or leaning states, they account for most of the 270 votes needed to win the presidency. 11 Alive political analyst Dr. Andra Gillespie says so many more Democratic voters have moved into Georgia and registered to vote. They are offsetting the big GOP majority.
I mean, I think Joe Biden could win without Georgia. Barack Obama did it twice. It would be really hard to imagine a scenario where Donald Trump won without Georgia. It would make it really difficult for him to have a path to victory.
And even at this point, Georgia is still a toss-up. The polls show our state is still too close to call. So, Liza, safe to say it will be a very interesting 24 and 48 hours. She continues our team coverage now from the bridge with a closer look at what it would take for Biden to win Georgia's 16 electoral votes.
Good morning, Christy. Indeed. In fact, for our history here, Georgia has been reliably red when it comes to the presidential race for the past 28 years. But when it comes to this election cycle, there are several factors at play in our state that officials and experts are taking a look at, and that includes the influx of young college-educated transplants to the metro Atlanta area, adding to the Democratic base. Also, recent polling showing the possibility that larger numbers of white suburban women turned off by Trump could vote Democratic. Another factor, the addition of new, mostly African-American voters. That number as well is on people's radar. And in fact, the group Fair Fight, started by former Georgia gubernatorial candidate Stacey Abrams, says it registered more than 800,000 new voters in Georgia. Now, experts note Biden would need 30% of the white vote in the state to win and will need black voters to make up 30% of the overall electorate. Republican operatives, meanwhile, note there's likely a, quote, pretty noticeable undercount of Trump support in Georgia. As you can imagine, when it comes to the comments for this story, partisan falls along party lines, but a lot of those comments also mention the word could, a reminder that projections are indeed projections until we know the results. And we'll be watching those, of course, here at the 11 Alive Bridge.
All right, Liza, thank you. There are 2 million registered black voters in our state. Coming up at 6:45, we're going to take a closer look at the importance of their vote in Georgia for this election. The 11 Alive Voter Access Team is committed to making sure your voices are heard. So send us an email at whereatlspeaks@11alive.com or text us at 404-885-7600. This information right here on the screen is going to be really important tomorrow. And check out our voter guide for voting precinct locations and times on 11alive.com/vote.